Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading about letting the past stay in the past. It looks like we may have been dealing with a past lover or an ex here that was maybe using you because we have unrequited love and chemistry, which kind of makes me feel like things were good in terms of physical elements of the relationship, but there wasn't necessarily a deep connection, right? So I think there was a need to kind of forgive yourself or remember that you deserve something that makes you happy. And that inspired you to, make some changes, look to the future. So I think we have a bit about like new love coming in that kind of surprises someone after they had a difficult turn of events with an ex. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Happy Tuesday, Thursday. We've got, I think, a need for the Voyage of the Soul Oracle because it looks to me like somebody has let go of some of the things that enabled them to settle and be okay with relationships that were not the healthiest. Hello there, Kevin. How are you doing? We've got leadership. Interesting. Teacher, guide, entrepreneur, sharing wisdom, global, and ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids. I like that. I don't know if you can see, that's a mermaid tail right there. And then underneath that, it also says fantasy and daydream. So we have somebody here that is willing to take a risk and do something a little bit out of the ordinary. And it feels to me like they're able to do so because they have some sort of inspiration here. This could be you fall in love with somebody else and that helps you, put the past where it's supposed to be. But we definitely have something along the lines of inspiration here where somebody else is showing you the path that might be a better one for you. Man holding a heart. You see how there's a heart on his leg and then also the heart that he's holding? It's like somebody had to say, this isn't quite right for me, but this other thing makes a lot of sense. We just had this in the other reading, so you might want to check that reading out as well. This is the Sun card. It is the first card. It is a card about happiness and enlightenment. So somebody, I think, has learned the difference between unconditional love and codependency. So let's see here. We'll go with the gold foil tarot. Let's see what else we have for you. Oh, also, I totally forgot on my earlier reading to tell you guys that I have surpassed 3,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all that you do to help me with my channel. And for those of you that have not seen or posted on my recent post about a comment or like inspirational quote from your family, all you have to do is leave a comment on that post. I'm going to leave it up through the end of today since 13 is my lucky number. And then tomorrow I will be doing a drawing to see who wins a free personal reading from me. So make sure you check that out if you want to be in the running. And then for those of you that just know that you want a personal reading anyways, you can find that information in the description box in terms of how you can request one. All right, let's get back to business. Two of Wands in the reverse and the King of Wands. I'm sorry, Two of Wands in the upright and the King of Wands in the reverse. I feel a sense of impatience and a little bit of like almost anger. Like, how did I not see the difference between these two people or these two loves? Why did I get so caught up on something that wasn't real? It's like hastiness, or like a, I have to do something quickly. I have a sense of urgency here, right? And it could be because there's intuition telling this King of Wands in the reverse that you don't have very much time. We do have somebody here that is quite intuitive, picks up on those messages, understands the motivations of others, maybe a little bit better than the majority of people do. Interesting. So we have a shift in energy here. It feels like acceptance to me. Like if if things don't work out, it could be a case of rejection as protection, right? I feel like somebody has realized there's no use in trying to force things to happen, especially where it concerns your love life. If it's not requited, then that's your sign to move on, right? So I think somebody has accepted the true situation for what it is, accepted somebody's true emotions for what they are, because they have been able to see things in a different light. They're listening to their intuition a little bit more effectively and accepting what they see, right? I don't often tell people this, but shortly after I got into tarot years ago, like a decade ago, I don't know, a while ago, I didn't touch my tarot deck for probably a year because I got sick of the same message coming out, which was basically you have to change your life. You're not happy and you know it, and you're pretending that you are. This is somebody who has gotten that same message and said, "You're right." I tried to ignore it for a little while, but this is not a healthy relationship. This isn't something I should be prioritizing. And therefore, this person has been able to, open themselves up to the idea of something different, something new. Lovers, a choice. Do you want to stay stagnant, or do you want to try a different path? And I think somebody said, "Yeah, let's do this. I'm ready for something different." Yeah. Two of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Cups. A decision has been made. Somebody knows what they would like to do. And what they would like to do is something that feels new, fresh, different. Um, this is not what people expected to happen. So I think there's like almost a sense of like an adrenaline rush here. Like I've been stuck doing that, but now I've given myself the freedom to choose a different path. And it's a little bit exciting, a little bit like, yeah, exactly. Ace of Wands. This new beginning is exciting and scary and overwhelming and redeeming all at the same time, right? Like, I don't know why this is the analogy coming to my mind, but when I lived in Mexico, I lived in Cuernavaca, which has a lot of, actually similar to where I am right now, has a lot of like valleys, right? So quite often we would find ourselves on, like a taxi or a bus, um, on the edge of like a cliff, basically, or like what do they call it? Like a gorge. So you can like look over and see not a lot happening for, 20, 50, 100 feet. And that idea of, I feel safe even though I'm on the edge, right? Like I can see how things would potentially get a little bit scary, but I'm safe. I'm inside, like somebody feels like they have some level of protection here because they feel like the path they're on is the one they're supposed to be on. The moon in the reverse, the Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. There's our warrior queen. It does feel like we have a little bit of fire energy in this reading. So you or your person may have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their chart, we have the Sun, we have Two of Wands, King of Wands, Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, and now Page of Wands and Queen of Wands. So a lot of fire energy, which could, if you don't resonate with the fire sign energy, could just mean we have somebody who's feeling a lot of passion, a lot of, I gotta see you now, right? Kind of like urgent. There's communication that's going to come in to this Queen of Wands, the warrior queen. She is somebody who knows how to attract things, right? Like, this isn't somebody that chases down a job opportunity or a love interest. This is somebody who sits on their throne and knows, like, whatever is meant to be will be. It's probably my favorite queen, if I'm honest. And then with that Page of Wands, we have an idea that somebody has seen this Queen of Wands for who she truly is, and there's communication coming in after a period of silence. Feels like it's romantic communication because it's under the Four of Wands, but it could also be about like recognizing that somebody has had a bit of a glow up. Hello there, Miss Christina. Hello, Karen. How are we doing? We have the Empress energy coming out. Okay, okay. So somebody sees you in all your glory, whether or not you identify with the divine feminine. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So this could be anybody. But in particular, I feel like this is somebody who has shown a very caring and genuine side of themselves to the point where it has inspired another individual here to pursue a different life, to live more authentically, to believe they deserve love, true love, not just unrequited codependent love. I thought this was going to come back out. I saw this, I think with the Ace of Wands, this was underneath it, one of these cards. But I didn't take it because I don't know if you've noticed, I take the one on the top and then I put the rest of them back. But I thought this might come back out, and it's perfect that it's coming out underneath the Page of Cups because this is clarifying for me. Somebody feels a need to make a love offer. They want to pursue a love interest here that has inspired them. We have somebody that feels this Empress energy has been very consistent. And what I mean by that is there isn't any inconsistencies in her energy. She isn't trying to be something she isn't. She just is, right? And here we have that confirmation coming through for inspiration because the star is somebody that leads the way, right? Lights the path, if you will. So we have somebody that realized maybe this isn't as good as it gets. Maybe there's something better out there for me. Somebody like this star. Now, for some of you, you or your person may have some sort of platform or have some sort of recognition, some fame for what they do. Uh-oh, that's dangerous, Karen. But once we know the truth, it's hard to deny it, right? We have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups in the reverse, clarifying Queen of Wands. I think we have, this has been kind of a recurring theme. I think we have a masculine energy that made an investment with a different love interest than what they really wanted. Maybe they felt stuck or like they had to go to this person for some reason. But I feel like they ended up realizing that it wasn't the right fit. There was something here about the maybe being a little bit materialistic or greedy. So this could be a continuation from the first reading I did today, where we were talking about a selfish feminine energy, because this Queen of Pentacles is giving off that same vibe that there was really just, a focus on what this feminine energy wanted and not necessarily a desire to make somebody else happy, right? Star in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The star can also signify healing. And remember, we had forgiving and learning coming out? It feels to me like there was an expectation that this Empress would be unforgiving or would not want to forgive, like heal a situation. And there was, I think, kind of a desire here for this Empress energy to have a bit of stagnation and not continue, inspiring people. This could be energy that was sent from the Queen of Pentacles to try to keep the Empress from looking like a sparkling diamond. Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, it looks like there's something here that happened. This Queen of Pentacles did something to try to make sure this Hermit energy would choose the wrong person. So it's like casting doubt or tossing dirt on somebody's name in order to make sure that a love interest chooses you. So there was some dirty business here, some gossip, some lies, betrayal. But it didn't necessarily work because here we have somebody that has decided, Two of Swords, even without the information that they need, like they don't have a full picture of the situation, this Hermit has decided that they do want to reestablish communication with this Empress or star energy. The Sun. Yeah, because there's an understanding now or an awareness that this Queen of Pentacles energy was not being fair, was expecting more, was perhaps a little bit entitled, and didn't really give back to the relationship anymore. So if there was codependency here, it almost feels more so like the Queen of Pentacles was reliant upon the finances of the Hermit. But of course, take it how it resonates for you. Three of Wands in the reverse. So I do feel like this Queen of Pentacles is somebody who pretty routinely tries to send negative energy to other people. Um, some people don't realize that the move is to invest in yourself, show love to yourself, do what makes you happy. This person has been trying to cause issues for the Empress energy and been waiting and waiting and waiting to hear that something bad has happened or that they have, lost something in some way. And all they were able to do was slow this Empress down. There's still, it's like an unstoppable force. You can slow it down, but it's not going to stop. I'm thinking of that movie with Keanu Reeves, Speed, where they can't lower, I think it was a bus couldn't go below 50 miles an hour or something like that. It's like this Empress has this protection over her. There's maybe a little bit of magic that can get through or a little bit of negative energy that can get through, but she will not be going beneath 50 miles per hour. There are things this Empress needs to achieve or do, and this Queen of Pentacles, I think, is a little bit outmatched here. We do have the Three of Swords in the reverse, indicating that a situation this Queen of Pentacles expected to not heal or not recover is, in fact, coming back around. Five of Swords in the reverse underneath the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting because we also have the Five of Cups in the reverse. We have a change, a shift in energy here where somebody is accepting that's not for me, I deserve better, and that is beautiful. Somebody wants to reunite or make amends with somebody that they feel like they were a little bit brash with or too quick to walk away from. Here we have the Hermit energy again, so we may also have some Virgo energy here. Somebody has learned from their lessons and they're ready for something better. Death in the reverse. There's still an unfinished, something that needs to be resolved here between the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles, but I also feel like Um, the more happier unfinished business is with the Queen of Wands. Like, I'm just wrapping things up, cleaning up some of the mess here so that I am ready and healed to move forward to something else, right? We have the Two of Pentacles, clarifying the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is getting everything sorted, figuring things out, settling what they need to so that they can make some changes in their life. All right, let's get a few cards from the Kipper, see where we stand there. I love you, Christina. You're hilarious. Did I say hello to Redbeard yet? Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? I am too, Karen. You know, you got to be self-aware and know when it's time to just cut your losses on that situation and move forward. Because this person was in despair. They didn't maybe realize what was causing the feelings, but it was living inauthentically. Maybe having a little bit too much emphasis placed on the material side of life. Courthouse and distant horizons in the reverse. Feels to me like somebody has an upcoming court date or an upcoming conversation that is a little bit heavy. So in other words, you could be meeting with a divorce lawyer. You could be meeting to discuss custody of a child. There's a significant conversation that feels like the unfinished business we have here with this Queen of Pentacles. Maybe there's a house that needs to get sold. But once this business is taken care of, I feel like this man holding a heart intends to make a love offer elsewhere. We have high honor in the reverse. Poverty. Toil and labor in the reverse. I think we have somebody who was kind of living the high life, felt like everything was taken care of. Finances really were not a concern, but it's almost like I feel guilty for how I make money. Like, what I'm doing is highway robbery. What I'm doing is skimming some off the top. You know, like there's a sense almost of I would rather be poor than do that kind of work. That's how this is coming across. Like, I don't feel good about who I am making money the way that I do or spending the money that I get from, negative influences. So this person could have realized the family they married into was not of high honor and made their money in a less than legal way, perhaps. All right. Shall we return to the Golden Girls? What else do we have here? Three of Cups. It feels like there is definitely a glow up happening for this Queen of Wands. Yeah, and Nine of Cups. This Queen of Wands and Empress, right, has been able to identify the right path and has some sort of soul tribe, brewing, right? Like, people are coming to realize the true nature of this Queen of Wands, and it like acts like a magnet. All right, so I know it says the Magician, but this is the Lovers card. You can tell because it has a number 6 here. And we have it in the reverse. So we have, interesting because we have the Lovers in the upright here, remember? So we have a situation where somebody feels like they aren't ready to let go of a relationship. And it feels to me like the Queen of Pentacles is not willing to necessarily accept the new reality. And at the same time, the Queen of Wands still feels like she hasn't been chosen. So there's this like in between, this like purgatory of having to deal with one reality ending and starting a new reality, right? I agree, Karen. This kind of comes across as not honest work. Like, honestly, what I saw was like marking things up, stealing things, faking the product. There's a lie inherent to the core of the business that they were involved in, something that made it difficult for this person to sleep at night. Like, is this really what I want to be associated with? That kind of thing. We have the 10 of Wands, clarifying the 9 of Cups. Somebody has been doing a lot of work all on their own. It feels like the Queen of Wands, carrying a lot of responsibility on their own and working towards a particular outcome or goal. And I feel like they're very close to reaching this goal. The goal could be a financial goal. We have the King of Pentacles. It feels to me like this Queen of Wands has come across an opportunity or made the most of an opportunity, and it's taking her in a good direction as far as finances are concerned. Page of Cups in the reverse. However, there's still it's like she feels she's missing something, right? A yearning for someone that understands her. This is really funny, actually, because we have the Page of Cups over here. It's like, I'm missing this love offer. Why am I not getting a love offer from somebody who's on my level? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. The Tower in the reverse. Yeah, everything is changing. It's like somebody, it's very much so like the Wheel of Fortune. You know, somebody is on the bottom of the wheel going up to the top, and somebody is on the top going to the bottom. So we do have some karma, I think, being dished out here, and that's why the Queen of Wands is turning to this King of Pentacles, or turning into, I should say. Two of Swords in the reverse. This is like a very quick change. For some of you, this could be winning the lottery or an inheritance, but there's a big change here. Six of Cups in the reverse. However, this Queen of Pentacles is stuck in the past, not willing to let go. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a battle in terms of one person not wanting to accept that the relationship is over, and another person, the Hermit, working towards a different relationship with somebody that is more similar, I guess. This is the Miniature Rider-Waite. We're going to get a little bit more clarification for you guys, and then we'll call it a day. So we have a stalemate here. This could be about communication. We could have the Hermit and the Queen of Wands kind of like both waiting for the other person to communicate first, or both waiting for the other person to confess their feelings. I do feel like there's a little bit of a waiting game here. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Is that the only one? And I feel like this is impatience. I think the Hermit energy is frustrated with whatever the legal situation is or the process that needs to be completed here. And it's making for a bit of a moody person. So they may not really be looking for company at this point. I feel like they're very focused on telling the truth about what they would like for, you know, a new adventure. We have the Empress in the reverse, clarifying the Page of Wands. This King of Swords or Hermit energy is very focused on finding a way to have a conversation with the Queen of Wands and explain that the reason they held back, the reason they didn't express their feelings, was because of the person they have now put in the past, their ex. So there may have been like, you can't talk to that person, you know, like that kind of energy. Hello, band again. How are you doing? I think I was born on a Wednesday. I'm not really sure. The Hierophant in the reverse. A couple things that I see. This Queen of Pentacles was trying to find a way to make sure that this Empress didn't feel loved, right? So maybe even like put a hex on the Empress's love life. But what ended up happening is the pullback from their own relationship left this Queen of Pentacles looking like a bad partner. And the Hermit was able to wake up faster and realize the true character of this Queen of Pentacles because of how the Empress was treated. We have the Knight of Swords. Somebody feels a sense of urgency to reestablish contact. Wow. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is determined to reunite or reconcile. Tell me about the man holding a heart, please. Nine of Wands, Two of Cups. This is somebody who is ready to fight for the love of their life. Tell me about the Twilight Labor in the reverse, please. The World. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It's still giving me highway robbery. Like, for some of you, this is a logistics company, lots of moving of product. And I feel like there's like an underhanded deal, a under the table situation. For some of you, this person is involved, or their person was involved in drugs. I don't know, definitely something shady. Five of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Sun. There is a lessening. It's like the air is clearing. Less toxicity the further this Hermit walks away from the situation that they were previously involved in. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, which is about leaving home, leaving a homestead, setting out for a new adventure. Tell me about the Page of Cups in the reverse, please. Yeah, there is a little bit of loneliness here for the Queen of Wands, a desire for a true counterpart, somebody who understands. Shut up. I'm talking about a desire for a true counterpart. The Queen of Wands, who does she match up with? The King of Wands. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. These are soulmates reuniting. That Nine of Swords in the reverse is relief or hope, unexpected help. There is something here about the universe wanting these two to reunite. They're even like kind of looking at each other. The Queen of Wands is like looking down and the King of Wands is like looking that way. It's charming. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope you see your King or Queen of Wands soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you on the next reading.